Welcome everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Let's see, got a few people online already. Episode number 12
Number
from
12, yes.
home again. So Hearns at home. Hopefully, the last one. Finger crossed.
Yeah,
Mate.
we'll see. We'll find out on Sunday. There's
Absolutely.
a good chance that we'll probably be allowed to do some more stuff back in the shop.
So hopefully things are positive. This positive news this weekend. And we'll be able to come back to normal or more normal operation from next week or the week after. So welcome everyone. So that's another Friday night, a holiday here in Melbourne. Probably
That's right.
around Australia everyone has been working, but today we were lucky enough to have a day off. So
AFL day, isn't it?
Absolutely. Hi Tony, Jason, welcome.
Hello.
So where do we start? So what have everyone been up to this week?
I guess one of the things would be the competition.
Absolutely. The competition has just ended.
It has. So it ended at 5, and we just approved the last entries just then. So there were 4 entries waiting to be approved. They're all up there. I think I haven't counted them all yet, but I think we've got more than 20 entries.
One of the largest competition actually.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah, had a lot of interest.
that's very good. So we're gonna do the scoring next week. So we'll give you some feedback as we go along throughout the week, and we'll announce the winner. I guess late next week.
Yep.
And guess we're gonna talk about it on the live next Friday. Hopefully we can be in the shop. If not, we'll be back here again, sharing the screen with BJ.
Yeah,
So,
that's it.
and meanwhile, we should start talking about thinking about the next competition, which will start in a couple of weeks again. So if you have any ideas of what you would like to do, or what we should be doing for the next one, let us know really, and put it in the comments so we can have a discussion throughout the night.
Yep. We've done quite a few different things already, but there's plenty of other subject matter that can be done.
Absolutely.
So give us some ideas.
So shall we start with the usual car?
Let's have a look at the car.
I've got a really nice one here tonight. It's bright. Right, so I don't know if it's an easy or a difficult one. Let us know what you think this car may be. That was quick. So being the color, I think it'll be easy. I don't know. So I guess as we move along, I think we're gonna give an update on the Hearns Workshop progress. So I think this is the probably 4th week that we've been running this new division of Hearns. We have designing and manufacturing a number of products, and this week we've got a bit of an update. Some of you have been asking for HO00 scale figures, and we've got a bit of a range slowly of figures and accessories.
So we've been working with quite a few different things. So last week I showed you the small benches and the wheelie bins. So I still got a little wheelie bin there. So some of you might have seen some close-up shots of this on the Facebook post during the week. It was quite impressive. Zoomed in.
Yeah, that's good.
See how tiny it is right there. Now, we've been working on some new bins and some new benches. So, let's see. You can see this one here. So we've got this new bench here. Now, this particular bench is prototype on a Victorian sort of wrought iron type design, which was around, you saw them around parks and around streets around Melbourne. I don't know if you can see the finer detail there, but just give you an idea. So here's a little figure that I painted up. A bit of context.
Perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be working on getting these released for next week in different sizes. And I think there's a couple of different designs, aren't there, Nick?
Yeah, we've got another design. I've got it in a bigger scale here actually. There's also prototypes. So as you can see, there's a Victoria one here, and there is another design you can see here. So these are in 35th and 32nd scale. So we've been just printing them out a couple of days ago. And so all those will be available in HO00. Will be a set of a few benches. So
Yep.
if you jump on the link I put on the comments, you see we'll have a set for the wheelie bins. I think a set of 12, and there'll be some figures which we presented last week, and now we have some luggages, actually, set of luggages and benches.
Yep.
So the range is slightly growing.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you to everyone who has actually given us some ideas on what they would like to see. We also have some bins, actually. I forgot those. This is really tiny. Okay.
So again, these ones are prototypes on a Melbourne type bin. So these are timber type can bins.
Yep. Let me see. I've got
The
a big
little
one here.
single stem. What do you call it? Leg down the center.
Yep.
So you can imagine that. Scale it up with this.
Here you go.
And
That's it.
bigger
Bigger
one
size.
here. I'll give you a better idea of what's going to look like.
Obviously, they're all empty inside. So there we go. So a range of bins. So all these have been designed by Warwick. So we've been working on those in the last few weeks. So all designed in Melbourne as well. So exciting.
So this is a slightly different style bin.
Bins,
So
yes.
around Melbourne as well. So this one a bit easier to see the shape because there's less supports around it. So that one's the HO one. And then this one here, that's the 32nd scale one, I think.
32nd or 35th, yeah.
Yep. So you can use those as slot cars or any other 35th type diorama. Yeah. So yeah, we've been really busy.
Really busy. So talking about 32nd, we have also a range of slot cars or 32nd scale items. So got some figures which we have now produced and listed in 32nd scale. As I was showing before, park benches and different benches that will match those figures. The bins that BJ showed a moment ago, but we also have a set of barriers. We've got the bins to go with the benches, so you can do a full set. But we have also the very famous street barriers. So these are modular, so they come obviously in grey, so I painted this one quickly before, and you can build a row as long as you need. This is very nice to complement your slot car set. So for those that don't know, in slot cars you tend to do, you may just play with slot cars, but some like to do a big diorama around the slot car set, which if you have an opportunity to go on Instagram, you can see some amazing kind of dioramas there, and this will come really, really handy for that. We also have a different type of road barrier like this, which is a bit more, kind of construction type barrier, and also we'll have the ability of building like a long kind of row of those. So go there, king here, and we'll just slot it in on this side. So this will be listed sometime next week under the slot car range, but we also we're going to have a set of accessories. So let me carefully bring this one up, just be prepared.
Yep, that's very nice.
So it's very tiny. Car jack, yep. So here we go. So this will come in 3 parts. You can paint it up. So this will come off, so you can paint it up in different colors to make it look really nice. So there'll be a car jack. We will have a car battery, which is very tiny again. Let me see if I can get some tweezers actually. I've got some tweezers here, it's probably easier for you to see them. There we go. It's a car battery. Very tiny, very nice. There will be a toolbox, this set, like a small toolbox like this. An air filter, and a couple of other accessories. So we'll have a set for, I guess, garages, which will be very nice in 32nd scale for slot cars, but also for 24 scale dioramas. So we'll have this listed sometime next week again. So moving forward, we have the Tamiya Hornet 12mm conversion kit now listed. We showed those last week, and now they're final, so we had to do a few modifications since. So we actually have 2 different sizes, 2 different offsets. Okay, you can see this one. Depending what wheels you're going to use, you need different type of offsets. So the set will include the 2 rear ones and the front ones. Now the front one, we've done an improvement, and we are including the bearing as well. So to go the inner and outer bearing, which will make it really, really nice. So here you can put any traditional, any modern 12mm buggy wheel or any kind of wheel. Last week we put on those sand pedals, which That's the wrong size, but this will look pretty cool. Could be interesting, but
it makes it more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, we can probably put a 70mm adapter as well. Let's see if that fits. We've got this one here. We can make a 17mm as well. There we go. We can put a big. That'll be very interesting.
A huge style.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can get creative at this point, but this site is now listed and will enable you to convert definitely the Hornet. I think the Lunchbox is quite similar as well from memory, from an axle perspective.
Yep,
should be, and a couple of other Tamiya cars. We'll test that as we go along, but there'll be good fun. So if you have a traditional car, you can't find wheels, this is a good option. Or if you have a vintage car and you want to put something a bit different, here's the link to the set. What else? Got quite a lot more actually. Warwick has been really busy, and he developed a couple of snorkels for the rock crawlers. So there's 3 different ones. We've got the first 2 ready now. So these are specifically designed to fit a TRX4. So very, very nice. So the original is quite plain and simple, and now we've got 3 different versions. So 1, 2.
If you're really clever, you'll be able to fit that onto a few different kinds of bodies.
Absolutely. So let me grab the body so I can show you what it looks like. So let me see, I just switch view so you can see me a bit bigger. So here we go. So that's the one I like best. So it's fully detailed. So it will fit in the same position that the traditional one, the original one was going in. And here we go. Fits in, and as you can see, it looks far more realistic than the original version. Here we go. So that's one.
It uses the same screws, right?
That does use the same screw, yeah. So it's pretty much a direct replacement. And this is the other one here. Here we go. Different shape. And we have a third one, which is a bit more of a, I call it mushroom, a bit more of a kind of bubble type shape. And if you compare to the original one, it's very, very different. A lot more basic. So this does give you a much better detail. So they're all hollow as well, so they will give you kind of hollow out. Quite nice. We also finalize the vanes for the bonnet. So this is really nice. It's very fine, and that will go on the bonnet here. So they've got.
You may not be able to see there, but they actually got a weave pattern in the
yes. Here we go.
In the mesh.
Let me see if I put it close to the camera. You should be able to see through it. Here we go. So it's very fine. Got.
So you can see they actually mesh like this.
Here we go. Actually, like this, you can see it perfectly. So this is very fine. We've got 3 versions. So we've got the one with the round holes like this, and will fit again on top of the bonnet here. So they come in a set of 3 different ones, and that's the third one here. Bit more traditional scoop type design, and again that will pop to the front here like this. There we go. So that's the 3 options.
On other bodies too.
And they will fit definitely different bodies. Yes, absolutely. So we've got a couple more items coming next week for the TRX4 and the rock roller, I think. So let me pop the link of this one so you can have a look. So the kit will come with 3 different versions of these scoops and accessories. But I think the winner are definitely this one.
Yeah, it's cool.
The snorkel. That's the level of detail is definitely impressive. Here we go. You can see it quite nicely this way. Here we go.
Yep.
So
we got a question. Actually, we had a
couple of guesses on the card, I think, above there. Hi Sam.
Couple of
good to see Sam online.
Con said HZ Monaro, and Jason said HQ Monaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them's right, isn't it?
One of them is right. Let me put the card out here again so you can see it. Alright, let's see if you can guess it. Let's see, get more details. We'll have to guess the color as well.
Yep.
So we've got a couple of other comments here.
Yep. Kaiju shorts.
Yes.
So in the intro for the Hearns Workshop. So sci-fi war unit with a gun. So we've got a working on a, what is it? I guess you call it a gaming figure.
Yes.
Optional weapons and things. So that's something for the future.
absolutely.
Shouldn't be too far away.
I'll show you the other week the sword, and so that sword will be part of this larger figure that we are preparing. So with any luck, we may see a preview of that one sometime next week. We've been printing and testing some parts just today, and so a bit more work, but that'll be definitely exciting. Question, did we get the chance to run the E819 RS? No, unfortunately not yet. Not yet.
Forward to it though.
Yeah, definitely. So I hear that some people have been at the truck today. So I know that Brett was there trying his BD10 today. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we manage to get out there. Some more guesses on the car.
So
We've got an HJ, an HQ, and an HJ again.
Well, not quite yet.
Not quite. Keep trying. Let's show this again.
But someone has already picked the right one.
Yes, definitely. So let's give it interesting. So you guys can have a go. There you go. All right. Moving to the next topic. So we received quite a few plastic kits this week. Something different that we haven't much presented here yet.
We've got a lot of trumpeter kits, all different kinds.
Yes.
Trumpeter and
some Artesania.
Yep. So a lot of different aircraft, ships.
A
We've
Yoshima.
got some Artesania wooden ship kits as well. And out of all that, I thought I'll bring a couple of kits home and show you what they're all about.
Yeah.
So they're both ships, and I'll start off with, just behind me, I've got the Artesania one, which is a timber ship kit. So look. Okay, so there you go. So this is the Endeavour's longboat. So HMS Endeavour had this boat which was mounted in the centre of the hull. So they would use this. It's quite a big boat if you look at it here. They use this quite often because the Endeavour itself couldn't get up to shore. They'll lower this down and they'll row or sail to shore with this to explore. So this is timber with metal fittings. So I'll quickly open it up. Okay, now a lot of this is going to be difficult to see because it's all shrink wrapped in one piece, but this will give you an idea. So all these parts here for the framework, this is all laser cut. So when you just press them out, they'll have a few bits here that hold it in place. You press them out, slot them together, and you glue them together with very good quality wood glue, such as the Deluxe Materials aliphatic resin, which is a fast drying glue and also sandable. You'll see the different colors here. So you've got this more mahogany type, which is also laser cut. This is for the final dressing. And then these here, this is all the timber. So these are a double planked kit, meaning you use the thicker planks for going around the framework to get the shape. And then there's the finer veneer, which goes on the outside to give the final color. And then you'll also see this little box full of the rigging thread and all the finer fittings. So you have little tacks and various parts for the ship itself, including the mast. Now you find here also you've got the sails. Now in the old days you used to only get plain fabric and you used to sew your sails yourself. These are actually pre-sewn now, so you don't have to worry about cutting them or sewing any of these lines. And you've also got the little flag there that's already printed. So that's the ship kit from Artesania. Now this is the basic one. Now they get into really huge kits as well. So this one would be roughly, I think it's about 20 centimeters long. But you get the Endeavour kit's going to be close to a meter long.
Huge. So a big box.
So I'll give you a closer, just an idea of what it's like. I guess this is a similar sort of construction. I've shown this one before. This one's actually a Dumas kit, which was designed for radio control. So that's why it's got the ABS plastic hull. But it's been stripped here with some timber. Same with this. So part of the trick is to get everything to line up properly. And that's part of the skill of it. And once you get it to fit, you can see that's almost invisible now. So that's just all been sanded really smooth. So that's what the timber ships are like.
Big project. Any of these wooden ships, they will take quite a bit of patience and time to complete, but the result is definitely worth it.
Yeah, they can take over a year. The other kit I've got to show you is this trumpeter kit of the Eisenhower. So this is one of the Nimitz class aircraft carriers, which was first commissioned in the late 70s. And these were nuclear powered aircraft carriers. So they've got two reactors in them, and the fuel lasts for about 20 years. So just to give you an idea of what's inside. Now these are quite interesting, because the first thing you see is this. So this is actually the water effects. So you can mount your ship on here just with the water line, and then you can make yourself a little diorama. So that's included already. We've got a manual, which I'll go through a bit later, and a painting guide. So we've got the decals here. So we've got the decals for the deck of the ship. So all the lines are there as well, so you don't have to paint them, like the old Tamiya kit. It used to be a bit of a suck to paint. And then on this side, you might just see these are all the small little details for the insignia on the aircraft. It comes with a whole bunch of aircraft in here. Now this particular version is from 1978, so just about the same time it was commissioned. So it's got the old aircraft on it. It's got the F4 Phantoms, Intruders, Vikings, and Seeking helicopters. Now, interesting part here, you've got two separate flight decks. One's clear, and the other one's opaque. So you can choose which one you want, because if you choose a clear one to see through, you can actually see the lower hangar deck, which is mounted inside. So you could have a few aircraft on the hangar deck as well. We've got here, which is the base of the hull, in case you want to make a full hull kit. Or it's got the waterline one, so you can have a flat hull on the water base. And that section here, that's the inside hangar floor. And again, if you want to, there's a clear version as well. And I'm not too sure why you want a clear version of this. The only thing I can think of is if you wanted to light it up, so you can have all the lights coming through little dots coming out of the floor. Okay, so from there you've got photo wedge parts. So this is for all the antennas that are on the side of the deck. Then also some wire there. So that's a bit of copper wire. So there's not much on an aircraft carrier. So they give you a few sprues here. So those got the naming plate on it. Just you can put on the front there. And then you've got various parts for the island and different cranes. Same thing again there, the other side, cranes and the name tag. Okay, so you've got bits of the island here. So island being the most noticeable part of the control tower. There's a little stand, in case you don't want to use a water line. You just mount that as for the whole full hull. Then here, you've got the these are the elevators for the aircraft. You can have those mounted up or down. And then this one here, that's got all the fine weaponry on it. So it's got all the different smaller guns, anti-aircraft guns, and rockets. And this one's got a few different cranes and ladders. And these are some of the sections for the internal hangar. Okay, so from there, almost to the end, this gives you an idea of how big it is. So this is a 1/700 scale. So you can imagine this is pretty massive, because the battleship would be only about up to here. So these are the elevator openings. So you can see through those and see the interior detail of the hangar. So 1, 2, 3, and you've got another one at the side here. And then there's a whole bunch of these. Now these clear bits here are all the aircraft. Now the idea of making them clear is so that when you paint them up, you'll have a perfectly clear canopy. It makes them look more realistic rather than a canopy that you glue on. Now it'd be tricky to paint, but once you do it, it'll look fantastic. So you've got a whole bunch here. And if you want more, you want to fill out the whole deck, you can buy extras of these. Coming search of the aircraft. Back there. Then you get your painting guide. Let's get this open. There you go. Alright, so here's your painting guide. You'll see that the whites on the deck there, they're all decals, but you can paint them if you like. The full deck there. And then this side you'll see all the different aircraft that come with it. So you see the Sea King, the F4 Phantoms, the Viking, and the Intruder. Okay, and then your manual. So the manual's all pretty standard. So step by step. Right. So you build it up from there. You have to choose if you want a full hull or a borderline hull, and then you build the internals, the inner hangar, and then add everything on top. Which mixes up with aircraft there. So you can imagine there's a tiny aircraft, but they've got quite a few bits to them. So there you go. That's the trumpeter. Nimitz class Eisenhower, which is a really nice kit.
Very nice, and it's one of many that we actually received this week. So big delivery. So it's good to see that quite a bit of stock actually flowing in for Christmas as well. So very good. So looks like we have the car. A couple of so both Ian and David guessed it correctly.
Yes. Well, Con got it first as the HZ, for sure.
Yeah, and HZ was mentioned just above, and looks like Ian was the first to actually have the full name and also the color.
Yes.
So
well done.
Let's bring it out again. So that's the car. And it's a HZ GTS indeed.
Yeah. Really like the accent colors of the is that like a dark orange?
Yeah, it's a dark orange and red, so there's a orange and red stripe in the bonnet there. Very well finished. So same brand that we displayed last week. That's from Classic Collectible in 1/18 scale. Very well finished. It's actually quite nice that on the driver's side the side windows are open. It's actually make it easier to open the door. Very nice level of detail. The seats, you can see the seats. Perhaps. Ooh, let me see if you can focus on the seats. So we've got a nice pattern. So a kind of light color. So all the doors are opening. The bonnet. Let me see if I can open the bonnet. It's a bit difficult actually. The antenna. No, the antenna is stuck. Let's see. It could open now. Here we go. So, and let's see if I can open the boot as well. There's a boot and there's a spare wheel in the boot actually in there. There you go. See a spare wheel in the boot. Very well finished. 1/18 scale die cast. Nice color. This arrived in store just the other day. So really fresh and new. So talking about cars, I think we have to show you a few slot cars actually that we received this week. Finally a nice delivery from Scalextric actually this week. So there's quite a few different cars. So what have you got there, Bij?
I've got a few things here. So just pull them up. Got a Mini. So this is an Austin Mini. Really better to see it outside of the case. Let's see if we can do that. It's probably going to be a bit easier to see, I think. See the front grille and the lights. So this is in a burnt orange finish. Really cute, these things.
These are actually really well finished. It's got a nice interior as well with the driver.
It's quite interesting how each car handles differently. That's really nice.
So it's a very short wheelbase, so it'll be interesting to see how this one drives if you're actually ever going to use it.
So from there we've got a good here. We've got a Cortina, Lotus Cortina. Quite interesting in this old school dark grey with the white stripes.
Yep.
It comes around to the back with a white finished tail light.
Nice. Yeah, very nice finish on the tail light actually.
The white roof on the 77, and driver in the interior again.
Red wheels.
Yeah, that's a nice touch, isn't it?
Very well executed. Yeah, definitely.
Right, I have a chain in the front. There's the front. Nice little scoop on the bonnet. Okay, and then I've got a car that's quite famous. There you go. This is Peter Brock's A9X. Now, I don't know if the youngins know. Does anyone know why he's got the 05? He always used the 05.
Very nice.
It's good, isn't it? Really, you can see the gloss coming off that. That's great.
Yeah, very well finished.
Yep.
Cool. On this
So you got a
side
couple
here,
there as well?
yeah, on this side here, I have the Mercury Cougar XR7. Very nice color, actually. This is not sure even how you define this color. Definitely got a golden kind of roof and a bit this kind of yeah, green blue finish on the body.
Yep.
It's very nice. The rear end. There we go. And got the driver again. So this is a left-hand drive car. Again from Scalextric. So this is a 32nd scale, which is just what we start preparing this week for the Hearns Workshop. So I'm going to show you the next one, which is a very exciting release actually. So it's a Ford GT40. Here we go. That's a classic.
Oh yeah, especially with the movie that was out recently,
Absolutely.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Absolutely. But you can see the wheels have got like nice finishing on the disc brake. These lights are nice. They have engine details at the back. You can see them here. Let me see it a bit closer. There we go. And what else can we see? Let's put some of this barrier actually nearby. You can see is a perfect size.
That's cool.
Perfect size for cars like this. If it was in a racetrack. And we've got some figures, and also will complement your layout quite nicely as well. So here we go. So
good stuff.
some really nice releases from Scalextric. So all these cars are analog, so if you wanna ever run them digital, you can. You will have to buy a small chip to install inside the chassis, and then you can run them in the digital sets. So Justin is suggesting he was using 0.5 because it was the Victorian alcohol.
Yeah, the alcohol limit.
Yeah,
That's
alcohol limit.
correct. Yep. So anyway, quite a few of you guys knew it.
Interesting.
I think. Oh, Derek was wondering what carrier I was showing before. So the aircraft carrier I was showing before was the Nimitz class Eisenhower in 1 to 700 scale.
Very good. So, what do we have next? We received some rock crawling tires actually from Voodoo. Voodoo is an American company. Let me see if I can quickly open those up. They're quite nice if you are into rock crawling, like the Traxxas Land Rover I showed before. And these are
Super soft.
yeah, absolutely. And this is super soft. Very nice, and really soft. They come in a few different compounds. So you can see they've got like a very aggressive tread pattern, and they've got really well with these wheels. It's a metal wheel from Sweep. So Sweep is now entering also the rock crawling market, and they will go really well on. See if I can show you this way. Here we go, something like that. So 1.9, and they will come in 2.2 size as well, which is slightly bigger. And these are perfectly suited for cars like the TRX4 or the Axial SCX10 and so forth. Definitely worth a look if you're into rock crawling.
Yeah. For those that don't know, the wheels are that are used on rock crawlers are bead locks.
Yes.
So the whole idea is that locks in the bead of the tire so it doesn't tear off. You don't need any glue. And they're super soft because you want the tire to mold around the rocks firmly. So
Okay.
as you can see on Nick's finger there, yeah. And because the grip is so tight, you don't want to actually tear off the wheel. So hence why the bead locks are the way to go.
Absolutely. So you can see there's normally 3 parts on the wheel. So you've got the front part, then you've got the rear ring here, and then there is a ring inside here, which helps to effectively squeeze everything together. So you'll have the back ring with the inner ring. They're squeezing this side of the bead, and on the front, the inner ring will squeeze into this side of the wheel, and everything tied together with these 5 screws here, and it's really virtually impossible to pull this apart. Put as much force as you want, and it won't come off. And it's a very good system actually to do for rock rollers and also other classes really. Link, so Justin's asking a link for these wheels. Yeah, let me find it here. I think I had it here a second ago. So they come in 2 different colors, the wheels. They come in silver and gray. Let me see, I can show you here. So silver like this and gray. Now if you're looking for this one, these are 2.2 size, so it's possible to fit 2.2 size on 1.9 tires at times. I just need to stretch them. It's a bit more work to put them together, but it's definitely possible, and it does give you this bit more, low profile kind of look. And these wheels are from the EXO 4x4 range, which you also find on the website. And I put a link of the Voodoo tires as well here. Here we go. So, and this is for rock rollers. So there's quite a bit of new product coming for rock rollers, as you can see. Some of the products that we are designing with the Hearns Workshop, like this ones here that I was showing before, as well as different wheels and tires. We received the Pitbull recently. There's a few other things coming again in the near future.
Yep.
Very good. So, getting towards the end for tonight. The next topic is they look like glass from Deluxe.
Oh yeah, we've got a bit of Deluxe stuff.
Yes.
So Deluxe Materials is a company based in England, and they make quite a few different, mainly adhesives, things to help you put things together. So one of the things I mentioned earlier was the aliphatic resin, which is great for wooden models. And I've got a couple of my favorites here. So
we actually did a video 3 or 4 months ago on this one, and we actually had 5 or 6 in stock at a time. They sold out the same day, and we had to wait until now to receive stock again.
It's one of those magical products that a lot of people wouldn't know what it does. So it's just a clear liquid, and you see it's very, very loose inside. So the idea of this stuff is it makes anything you paint a really high gloss, so that it looks like glass, and predominantly using it for clear parts. The aircraft guys like to get their canopies and pop it into this after they've polished them up, and they come out super, super clear, because the smoother it is, the more clarity you get through the canopy as well. Other thing you could use these for is for gloss coats as well onto cars. Particularly easy with this because it takes a long time to dry. It's highly retarded, so it doesn't dry as fast as a lacquer, and it's quite easy to airbrush straight through, or you can mix it with just a touch of water. It takes a few hours to dry, and it self-levels to a very thin surface coating. So that stuff's back in stock now, really easy to use. Another thing I quite like is this stuff, Glue and Glaze. So this is a similar sort of product to the the microscale crystal clear. So it's white like a PVA glue. The idea is this is a super clear PVA glue. So you use this for gluing on the canopies. You've had them in this, I guess. And because it dries clear, it doesn't mark any of the surfaces. Now, if you get a bit of excess of this coming out from the end of your canopy, you can peel it off as well. Or if it's really bad, you can pull the whole thing off and do it all over again. Now, I've used this for not just clear parts, but a lot of other parts on a model as well, because it's got give to it. It's got a vinyl type feel, so it's got a bit of flex. So with areas that tend to move a bit or get knocked off easily, like rear vision mirrors on cars. So I've used that on my food van diorama for the rear vision mirrors, and you can sort of tap them and they won't fall off. So that's really handy for a whole lot of different things. So one of my favorites there. And then we've got a whole lot of other things in the range back in stock as well. So there's the snow effects, water effects, and other glues as well.
Yeah, quite a few different also accessory, like some little kind of syringes and tips to apply these different materials. Very handy. Definitely good range. So they look like snow. It's coming really nicely now. If you are doing a diorama with a Christmas theme, that would be really really good to have actually.
Yep, definitely.
Very good.
I've got Derek's asked another question about the trumpeter. So he's asking about the 1 to 200 scale Enterprise, which they announced. So we're hoping to get that done before the end of the year. Now with trumpeter, as with a lot of the manufacturers, things have been delayed a bit by COVID-19, but we're still hoping to get it by the end of this year. So it just we'll keep you posted.
Absolutely. So hopefully we've been notified of quite a few delivery. It's definitely moving now, so things are looking good, but there's still some delays here and there. So there'll be a bit of Truxas coming in the next couple of weeks, some Scalextric again in the near future. But yeah, so keep an eye on our pages, and we'll try to keep you up to date really. So let's see if there is any question. We're almost at the end tonight.
Yep. So Shane's asking when the shop's going to reopen.
Yes. So very soon, hopefully next week. We're waiting for news on Sunday.
So if it's not next week, then I think it's guaranteed at the beginning of November.
Yeah. So hopefully not longer than a week.
Yes.
So it's possible they're going to do another Hearns at home, or perhaps we can go back to the traditional live show from the shop. Let's see what the directions are.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any more questions for tonight, we'll more than happy to talk about. Otherwise, we may be at the end. And we can get ready for the footy. Who's going to watch the footy tomorrow?
I'll watch a little bit. Seeing that Richmond's just around the corner.
Yes, you should. Very good.
So questions? Any questions about anything at all?
Let's see what else we've got to show you.
Questions? Anything?
Actually, I can show you the skull. So PJ's been working on this as part of his one of his set that he's preparing.
Yeah, everyone needs skulls, I think.
We definitely need skulls. So that's a skull that I prepared for a bit of a joke. Got a helmet as well for this guy. There we go. Let me show you the skull with the helmet. There you go.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oops, this way.
Very bikey, isn't it?
Absolutely. Looks like everyone's going for Geelong. I've got Geelong supporters. Any progress on your bike?
It's got fenders on it now.
Oh yes, I can see that. Yes, good.
So it's slowly moving along. So getting there.
Very good.
So
all right.
Just a chain there. Maybe. Yep. So moves a little bit week by week.
Slowly. So, all right then. So we may leave everyone to the rest of the weekend, or actually a long weekend for us in Melbourne, and normal weekend for everyone else. And we shall see you.
So Ian wants to know, is it 3D printed? No, this isn't 3D printed.
It's a kit.
It's the Thunder model motorcycle kit of the Indian in 35th scale. I've got the box just here, I think. There you go. Really nice kit. So this is actually a 2-bike kit. But I've only got one because I shared the other one with Kyle. So one's enough for me, I think. It's got heaps of bits in it, and you can see how fine the spokes are. And they're photo etched brass. They look great.
Yes, so you receive a nice delivery of Thunder model this week as well, so there's a bit of a top up of that too.
Some really interesting stuff in there.
Very good. All right then, everyone. Thank you again for joining us tonight, and hopefully we're going to see you again next Friday night, or maybe Friday during the day. Who knows? So make sure you follow our social media channels, and we'll give you an update on when we're going to be live next. And hopefully we'll be in the afternoon next Friday if we are allowed to do this from the shop. So thank you, Tony. Thank you everyone who joined us tonight.
Yep. And thanks to everyone, wherever you're watching from around the world.
Absolutely.
Because I know I have some friends in Japan that are watching. And I think there's people in the States maybe. Depends if they're sleeping or not. What time is the States anyway?
I don't know. Let's see what the phone says.
No, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. Anyway, very good. All right then.
Alrighty.
Have a good night, everyone. Take care.
Have a
See you
good
next
one.
week. Bye bye.
See you later.